Hi everybody! So in this video I'm going to be talking about all of the better money habits I learned while on my BuzzFeed's Better Money Habits retreat sponsored by Bank of America. So I'm also going to incorporate some of just better habits in general that I've learned over the years studying finances and just self-development, personal development. I think better money habits and self-development kind of go hand in hand. So yeah, if you have trouble organizing your finances or if you have trouble managing your money, then this video is really going to help you get on the right track for financial success. So I could go on for hours about this topic because it genuinely fascinates me, but I'm going to try to condense it into as short of a video as possible. I do kind of have like a 4-step plan to go about gaining financial success. And I just think it's really, really important that we have this discussion about money and have more open discussions about money. I feel like there's a lot of shame and guilt when it comes to money, and here right now we're going to shed all that shame and guilt and focus on working on ourselves and really growing financially. So I want to turn you into a money making machine, but I cannot do that unless you are ready to learn and grow. So might as well exit out of this video right now if you do not have a growth mindset. Amazing finance skills don't come naturally. I was a below average finance person, not good at finances at all. Now I have my student loans paid off, ready to buy a house. If I can do it, you can do it, anyone can do it. It just takes some discipline and some honest conversations with yourself. Alright, so let's get started on learning my 4-step process to gaining better money habits. 4 steps, yeah! Okay, so step 1 is purpose. Don't go into them better money habits without a purpose. Why do you want to make money? What is it for? What's the purpose? What keeps you up at night? What keeps you going when you want to give up? Sorry, it's like my first time vlogging. I'm a little awkward, but we'll get through it together. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. So yeah, back to intrinsic motivation. This is so important because this intrinsic motivation is what you need. This is what needs to be fueling you. You need to know your purpose. You could be motivated extrinsically by social pressures, your parents telling you you need to do this, you need to make money. But at the end of the day, whatever you do financially, it needs to be for you. So you need to authentically want to be good at money, just not motivated by your parents or competition or getting into some prestigious school. You need to authentically want it. You need to be inspired by life. You need to be inspired by money. So whatever it is, whether you want to invest in a business, invest in property, if you want to pay off student loan debt, if you want to start a family, whatever it is, just figure it out. So Tanya Rapley from MyFab Finance came to speak to us at the Better Money Habits retreat, and she provided us with a SITA plan for financial goals. So the S in SITA stands for specific to you, what do you want? The I stands for intention, why do you want that? The T stands for timeline, when would you like this goal to be done by? And the A is for accountability, who is going to hold you accountable for this goal in the future? And we all wrote down our SITA plan, so I'll go ahead and read mine for you all. I said I want to be completely independent financially by the time I'm 35 by creating a course or program that will continually bring in money. The intention is to not depend on anyone but me, and my mom will hold me accountable. I might regret that later. And so same for you. Go ahead and write down your SITA plan. What goals do you want to reach specific to you? What is your intention? When do you want this goal reached by? And who's going to hold you accountable? Writing it down will definitely give you a better vision of what you want your future to look like. And last thing I want to say before I move on to step 2 is that it's great that money is motivating you, but I just think it's really important to remember our main motivation should be having a positive contribution to society in some kind of way, something that's going to help people. We're not here to be greedy, talk about greed. We're talking about having a positive contribution to society. Okay, step 2, y'all. Step 2. Step 2 is sacrifices. So step 1 was purpose. We have our purpose. Now, if we're really going to stick to that purpose, stick to our goals, guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to make some sacrifices. Setting a purpose and goal is one thing. Another thing is actually doing it and putting in the work and making sacrifices. So that's why I feel like that's critical for better money habits. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to work hard, and not just kind of hard, abnormally hard. That's what successful people do. So yes, you will have to invest lots of time in learning about money and learning about other successful people. You have to sacrifice pop culture, and this is huge. This point needs to be driven home so hard. So many people just watch TV, play video games, social media, Instagram, Facebook. It's fine. A little bit of that is fine, but you're gonna have to sacrifice some of it. None of that stuff will benefit you in the long term, so we have to start thinking more long term versus short term. Do you want to watch other people making money on Instagram, or do you want to make money yourself? Yeah, so please lay down that pop culture and read a book, or meditate, or travel to find yourself, or go for a hike. Take any kind of action and be strategic about it. Every day, do something that has a good financial purpose. And don't think that you're not as good with money as others, or that you could never become a financial leader. This is literally nonsense. Do not limit yourself at all. Even if people told you that you're not good with money, that doesn't necessarily matter here. Growth mindset says that you are just as good as anybody else, and all it takes is literally practice. Okay, so I put overhead under step 2, sacrifices. So you need to figure out what your overhead is. Now, your overhead are your expenses that you need to make in order to survive. So for survival, what do you need? You need groceries. You need a roof over your head, so rent or house payment. You need car insurance. You need health insurance. You probably have maybe a cell phone bill. Maybe you have a pet that you need to buy pet food for every month. So you add all these recurring expenses together, and that's your overhead, and then you look and see how much money you're making and see if you are making enough money for your survival. If not, that's okay. It's just, I've been there. All you have to do is see what you need to do more of, or what you need to spend less of in order to reach your overhead. Now that you know how much money you need in order to survive each month, go ahead and create a monthly budget for yourself to ensure that you're on the right track for financial success. Now remember, it's so important to have honest conversations with yourself each time you're about to make a purchase, and ask yourself, okay, why do I feel like I really need to buy this? Is this really necessary? Do I really need this? Having those honest conversations with yourself are crucial. Okay, and back to other sacrifices. So you have to be thinking about all different things that you can sacrifice in order to save yourself a little bit of money. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. So don't go buying new products without using a full product. Don't go buying Starbucks every single day when you can easily make coffee at your house. Don't go buying drinks or out to eat with your family or friends because you feel pressure to do so. Stuff like that. Cutting back and making sacrifices like that is really going to make a huge difference, more than you may think. Are you going to be perfect about these sacrifices? No. You will slip up here and there and make purchases that maybe you shouldn't have, but think about all the times that you might fail. Like, do not give up. Never give up. I don't care how many times, oh, I bought this, like, whatever, I might as well just, like, give up trying this whole better money habits thing. It's like, no, like, don't give up. That's what losers do. I'm sorry, but actually, like, you need to have this vision, have the fuel, have the drive, and no matter how many times you fail, you are gonna have to get back up. You have to stay optimistic, and you have to fundamentally believe in yourself. Don't get depressed about it, and keep moving forward. There are tons of people out there who don't want to put in this work to have better finances and better money habits. Do not be like most people. Be above average. Oh, and meal prepping is another huge money saver. It'll save you time throughout the week. You just meal prep one day a week. There's lots of YouTube tutorials, there's books. Like, take advantage of all the resources that are out there for you to help you with this kind of stuff. Which brings me on to step number 3, which is innovative. Okay, yay, step 3. So step 1 was purpose, step 2 is sacrifices, step 3, now we're about to get a little bit innovative about our money. Here we're going to talk about savings, eliminating debt, and investing. When there's a will, there's a way. Okay! Alright, so first we're going to talk about savings. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the 50-30-20 rule, but I'm going to go ahead and mention that now. So 50% of your income should go to your overhead, what you need for survival, and 20% of every paycheck should go to your savings, and then 30% goes to just like entertainment or holidays, just kind of like splurge spending. Alright, so the goal is to make savings a habit. So yeah, you're going to go ahead and put 20% of your income each month into your savings account, but you're also going to do so much more to create more savings for yourself. What I like to do is literally create separate accounts to hide money from me. Like, I use this app called Acorns. It's like all the roundup change goes into this account of all the purchases I make with my credit card. Roundup change just goes into Acorns, and I like totally forget about it, and I already have like 5,000, I wish, right? $500 in my Acorn savings account. So I'm hiding that from me, and I will always have that in my savings towards retirement. Another great way to keep all your savings is just to make sure you're not making purchases that you feel bad about. Make sure that you feel good about all your purchases and that they have a purpose. Okay, and last thing I wanted to say about savings is you should always have a side hustle of some kind, another source of income coming in besides your main job. So whether it's Uber, Postmates, online vlogging, doing reviews on certain websites, babysitting, dog sitting, just always have a side hustle, always have some extra cash flow. Alright, now we're going to talk about eliminating debt. So the last thing you want to do is to create more debt for yourself. So go ahead, step number 1, start trying to eliminate the debt that you already have. Focus on one debt at a time. That really helped me. And don't be afraid to reach out for professional help or refinancing your student loans or whatever it is. And don't make any more late payments, stuff like that. You just want to focus on one debt at a time and get that sucker out of here. Get started on it and remain consistent. You know, go talk to the bank, go talk to human resources if you need to. Whatever it is, just know your challenges and don't be afraid to talk about them. Okay, and now investing. Unfortunately, I still don't feel like I know a whole lot about investing from my Better Money Habits retreat experience, but I do know that it's better to spend time in the market than to try timing the market. I'm going to go ahead and read a wonderful quote from Warren Buffett, who is a famous investor. He said, "Games are won by players who focus on the playing field, not by those whose eyes are glued to the scoreboard." So yes, investing is a little risky, but most successful people who you see out there took those risks. So you have to realize how much you're leaving on the table by not investing at all. So I plan on investing in real estate, but there's tons of other stocks, bonds, investments you can make. There's a great book about investing called Think Fast and Slow, and it really talks about these two systems in your brain, System 1 and System 2, and really just quick sentence summary. It's talking about how you have to be careful about how fear is dictating your actions in the marketplace. Sorry, it's called Thinking Fast and Slow, not Think Fast and Slow. But yeah, I highly recommend the book. It's by Daniel Kahneman. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, go ahead and invest. That's all I'm really going to say about investing. Just like do research on the market, research competition, and find their blind spots, all that good stuff. And now we're going to move on to step number 4, the last step. And step number 4 is to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So how good are you with purpose, sacrifices, and being innovative with your money? Are you good across the board? If so, then you're on the right track for financial success. If you think there's maybe some things in all those areas that you need to work on, then go ahead and work on them. Like I said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Don't look at things as a financial problem in your life. Call it a life situation, because it's not a problem. It's not anything that you need to stress out about. You just have to take certain steps, but that doesn't mean that those steps have to be stressful or created into a problem. Ask yourself, what is my life situation? Don't call it a problem, because it's not. So what is my life situation? What can I do to better the situation? Why is right now the best time to better the situation? And why am I qualified to get rid or make this situation better? Once you ask yourself those serious questions, go ahead and do data, research, and then execution. The great news is that you can work on all this stuff. You can work on really hard on yourself. There's tons of books and YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff out there, like I've said throughout the video. And just be proud of yourself, please. Like, you're here right now watching this video. Be proud of yourself that you even want to take the next steps to be more financially secure in your life. Like, I want you guys all to feel comfortable and safe financially. That's why I'm here, because I want to help others feel as liberated as I do paying off my student loan debt. And the last thing that I wanted to mention was we had a guest speaker at the Better Money Habits Retreat named Tim Urban, and he came to speak to us a little bit about procrastination and how little time we really have on the planet. And how little time we have to accomplish our financial goals and our dreams. Sometimes we put important things like dreams on the back burner because we're too worried about short-term things like paying bills or cleaning or exercising. But just imagine if we spent 10 minutes every day focusing on our long-term dreams. 10 minutes. That's not very much. You'll never be ready to do it. You just have to jump in and set your own goals. Like, shipping beats perfection. Like this video, I wanted to create a video of everything I learned at my Better Money Habits retreat, and I wanted it to be perfect. And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be out there for people to listen to. And, you know, I'm just glad that I did it at all and didn't let my OCD and perfectionism get in the way of actually putting something out there. And Tim spoke about rewriting your story, reprogramming your mind, like just changing little things. All it takes is practice to get your mind a little bit reprogrammed so that you are acting in a way that is going to secure your future financially. It is possible to rewrite your story and reprogram your mind. And so sometimes you have to instill panic within yourself to make a deadline. So let's say like I want to create an album. So I would go out and I would tell my friends like, hey guys, I'm writing an album, like it's coming out November 10th, like it's gonna be here. So now that really kind of like instills panic within you because you're like, oh crap, like all my friends are expecting me to have this album by this date. I better get this done because I know that they are going to hold me accountable for it. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up everything for my Better Money Habits video. So the main takeaways I would say from this video is to focus on yourself, make sacrifices. When there's a will, there's a way, and never stop believing in yourself. Thanks, guys. Bye.